Hi, nice to see you. Namaste and welcome to Breathing Space. And well done for pressing the pause button and giving yourself some breathing space. So we are gonna be experience Dirga Pranayama. This is the 3-part yogic breath. And this is often the first pranayama and breathing practice that yogis get introduced to when they come on the yoga mat. So first, I just want to touch a little bit on what is pranayama. What is different than to just breathing? Now, the breathing happens 23,040 breaths in a 24-hour period, and not very often, I'd imagine, that you actually think about breathing, unless there is something that happens that brings the breath to mind. So this happens automatically. It's an automatic system. You don't have to think about, I need to breathe in, I need to breathe out. The body is super cool. It just breathes you. So, pranayama means breath control. And this Dirga Pranayama, the 3-part yogic breath, teaches you to breathe fully. So this is a really good place to start. So pranayama means breath control. So now we're going to control our breath. So you take over the breathing. Isn't that cool? How you can say, hey, I don't want to focus on that anymore. And then your body just breathes for you because you're busy doing other stuff. And now you're like, hey, I'm giving myself breathing space. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take over. And that's what we're going to do. And that is pranayama, breath control. You control the breath. So taking a nice comfortable seat wherever you are. And that can be on your yoga mat. It can be on a chair, cushion, office, wherever it is, on a plane, on a beach, in the forest, wherever you are, breathing practices can be done anywhere. So when you've set yourself up, just taking a moment to get yourself nice and comfortable. Maybe you need to make a few adjustments. Maybe you feel the day is kind of hanging around in your systems and you just want to release it a little bit. And I will say that pranayama is usually practiced at the end of a yoga practice. So if you feel that you want to move your body a little bit, or perhaps you've already done a practice, perfect. But if you feel that you need to move a little bit, then that's really, really good. It's fine. So making sure that you can sit comfortable. That's the important thing. And then is to keep your spine nice and tall. So there's a lot going on in the body, and when we're practicing pranayama, we want to have the spine tall. Here down through the spinal column runs a main energy line called Sushumna. And then we have Ida and Pingala, which are the feminine and the masculine energy line in the body, all beautifully intertwined, crossing through our chakras, our energy centers, and working beautifully for us, trying to keep us in balance. So when we're practicing pranayama, it's important that we sit upright so that there's no kind of kinks in your energy lines. So that's well done. I'm sensing that you're all really rising up from your seat. Three-part yogic breath is a breath where we breathe in to our belly. So some of you might already done the belly breath, so it's given you more of an understanding of how to direct your breath. And from the belly, we're going to feel the breath rising up into our mid-chest and then the upper chest. So it's kind of abdomen, diaphragm, and upper chest. And usually we actually just breathe more in the upper chest, especially if we're busy, feeling stressed out, anxious, or there's a lot going on. I'll guarantee you your breath is located up here. But what we want to do, we want to bring it right down into our belly and begin to breathe with our whole existence and just feeling that wonderful pulse of opening as we inhale and just feeling that support of the body as it contracts and helps us to release toxins and impurities out of our body and out of the systems. So I will instruct you through the process. There will be a time when I will ask you to bring your hand to your belly and breathe here for a while. Then you're going to bring your hand, and you can alternate. You can bring the opposite onto kind of like your mid-chest diaphragm area and then up to the upper chest. And then we're going to feel that movement. It's going to change a little more. So it will be like this. I will instruct or guide you to breathe into the belly. Take it up to the mid-chest, to the upper chest. And then you'll breathe out from the upper chest, mid-chest, and belly. So it's like you're playing, participating, and feeling the breath in the body. So let's get going. Taking chin mudra to begin, roll the shoulders down and away and just take a moment, open the inner gaze and just gaze down into your seat, feeling the body nice and open through your base, connected to the support beneath you. You're lengthening beautifully through the spine, rolling the shoulders down and away, balancing the head. Chin mudra, finger and thumb touching, resting at the back of the knees. Lean back into yourself and keep that length and the aliveness through your spine. Beautiful. And then just take a moment to soften and ease out any tension through your face, smoothing out the forehead, relax the temples, maybe opening the mouth a little bit as if you're yawning. And release the jaw and then soften. Soft lips, maybe swallow to relax your throat. Relax your heart and belly. Well done. Now I'd like you to bring your awareness to your breath without altering it in any way, just noticing how the breath feels for you right now. Maybe you're noticing how you're feeling yourself. Maybe this is a time you really do need to breathe deeply to balance your nervous systems. And just meeting yourself exactly as you are. Now, perhaps that breath is more in the upper chest. Maybe you're experiencing, restriction or contraction, tightness within. Just see if you can just consciously just soften that, like a gentle command from yourself, just to soften and release any tension. Beautiful. And then we're going to begin the pranayama practice, the full yogic breath, Dirga Pranayama. So I want you just to bring one hand onto your belly now. And I want you just for 5 rounds of breath, just breathe into your belly. So we go back to that really deep, grounding belly breath. That's it. Inhaling all the way down to the belly. Feel the belly rising and filling the cup of your hand, and feeling the breath leaving the body. 2, inhale to the belly. Exhale, release. 3, inhale to the belly. Exhale, release. Counting the last 2 on your own. Feel the experience of where you're feeling the breath. The response in the body. Beautiful. Well done. And when you come to 5, I'd like you to just bring the other hand up to the diaphragm area, the mid-chest. And then begin to explore. As you breathe into the belly now, see if you can draw the breath up into the diaphragm and the mid-chest. Into the rib cage, and feel the rib cage expand. And opening to welcome new energy and life force into your body. And feeling the contraction as the breath leaves the body. So in your own time, just counting to 5. Inhale, belly, mid-chest. Exhale, mid-chest. Feel it in the belly too. 4 more rounds. Feeling especially the mid-chest. Can you feel the rib cage lifting and expanding? And where in this area do you feel it the most? Keep lifting the spine. Fully present. And when you've done 5 rounds of breath here, I'd like you to take the hand that's on the belly up to the upper chest and just feel almost if you made an imprint with your hand down in your belly and you can feel it. I'd like you now to invite the breath deep down into the belly, into the abdomen. Feel the breath rising up to the diaphragm and the mid-chest. The rib cage opens, and see if you can take it all the way up into the upper chest, the armpits, collarbones. And breathing out. 5 rounds. Inhale to the belly, feel it rising to the mid-chest and the upper chest. Exhaling and releasing. And just being with this, feel where you feel it in the upper part of your chest. Can you feel it under your arms and in the back of the body? That's it. And then just release your hands down for a moment now. Back into Chin Mudra. And just see if you can sense this breath flowing more effortlessly now. So inhaling, drawing breath in. So if you're filling up from the inside, filling up the air tank, belly, mid-chest, upper chest, and then just breathe out. So just feel that flow for a couple of rounds of breath. And then we're going to begin to focus on the exhalation just a little more. Well done. Just keep that flow. Completely okay to open your eyes if you want to see. So as we know now, inhale and draw breath in, filling the tank with new life force and air. You draw it in and you feel it rising, belly, mid-chest and upper chest. So there's this exchange, you're filling up. And then we're going to feel the compression, the release. So we breathe out upper chest, mid-chest and belly. So there's this inhale, filling it up. And there's this exhale, like a coffee press, squeezing it out. Upper chest, mid-chest and belly. So this is taking place, filling it up. Whee. And then you're breathing out, you're squeezing it down, and the breath leaves the body, taking with it what it doesn't need anymore. Super clever. So if your eyes are open and you have been watching, maybe closing the eyes again, coming back to your practice. Inhaling fully and completely all the way down. Feel the breath pouring into your body, filling up belly, mid-chest, upper chest, and then breathing out upper chest, mid-chest and belly. Inhale belly, mid-chest, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, mid-chest, belly. Inhale, feel the rising and the expansion of the body, really welcoming that inhalation. And feel how clever the body is, that when you exhale, it helps to support the release and the compression as you breathe out. Beautiful. I'd like you to just sit with that for a few moments, really embodying it, journeying with your inhalation and the exhalation, calming your mind, soothing the nervous system, detoxifying your body, bringing new life force and energy into your existence. Feel tension, stresses and worries loosening its charge. Feeding your hungry cells, supporting your systems. Breathing the full yogic breath. A breath that really supports you. Feeling the calming and the grounding effects. Experiencing how the body responds. So when practicing this breath, we'll develop muscular memory. And it will really help you and enable you to breathe more fully, even when your body goes back on autopilot. You let go of the breath control and you say to your body, hey, take over now, you can breathe me. This memory and the feeling in the body is something that will support you in breathing a breath that that really supports you and is vital for your well-being. So a couple of more rounds of breath here. And maybe let go of the breath control and just let yourself be breathed. Experiencing a new sense of calm. Feeling more balanced. Beautiful. So slowly just bringing our hands together in Namaste hands. Filled with a deeper sense of calm. Practicing this 3 to 5 minutes a day is super good for you. It's so healing. Really encourage it. You deserve it. Press that pause button and give yourself some breathing space. Thank you for showing up. Keep breathing. See you soon. Namaste.